it has been almost 3 years after the decriminalization of homosexuality in Bhutan.
ngai ming di chimi drama in de tato di ramjo rimbuchi gi be ngai ming so be chimi do ji se shudola dele tato nga de sa dina timpuna i ngare gi yu be chen tong sale in se shudola dele nga tato la de chiru thup de so chong be de do se shudola ngara ngomba be chen yu kha kachalangda pinchanale bomrangara in delengara de pesha chitabe dele pambinja dusuta nuchunum dusuta niki ani in atiptalu rana segimu la kare kita terna bakarma la me rana segi legi beodulu da yuntin tani ki kokap ngalu matopla dele anale animna ondi beruyala animna ondi beru pinchanale bomngara be dele chagi mam kachalangda pinchanale bomngara be dele apada igidi ansumi me badala da ninjape yukati gope tangachirigi yugi luksuchi 해마베오지 이게 룩스치라 아니 베테눌라다 붐미 베위간레 침다 사두수가라 붐기 숨 델레맙치키 베 침나 디고 베메발라 딥들로 나라기디 팜루 셈시 주니기 아니디 미스 슈돌라 데당아치르기 베응아치르 감치 셈 쪼가잡 숲지 감치 쪼가잡디 베루야 딥들로 아니 라세기 레벤디기 감치 주치다 잡니 베루앙아기 모팔레라 주치 잡마 소블라 델레 아날랭아기 아님나 조곤디 베루야 랑아 kachalonda hemadi lopta china bera taila telana lenga sheta tani ki nosom yudibere digandi ngachiki kole ya mama shi tele phamnyam chumpe pesata machu tele serutami mi be tele analenga gi toro apata isemi ge sitoro ikha labeni gi ani chi japchila tebe tolo ikhati kadim chi deni gi ani beruya ngachiki midusugi hamago le tendi ngagi ikha maple de masubla kachimula wachindi inidi ngaya bumra ime phagi midusugi kachimo bumra ime chora chora sem goma shibela be kanle laptopa wan sumbe kanle ngachiki chornangrala kaso momela bachin ngachiki semdi buslu member bumlu kayole ten ani buschika ngachiki demisu bala hanbendigi halamchi kauji se shudola hemanade
Changa mingrewa choringla chang lo 20 tewa chang dungshu punaka khurtangla chang oma shu tailoring training shu paru ngem jo kancha ni tailoring training shu rinu khatuge kokam nang magla lai sai gopa jang tanami tam yongkini ni charabaki khatang discrimination adumandu namisim nang ke chagi bang chon ni shamage 다인가 놈니 니 다인가 분이 차도 추리기 니 커스터머 카땅니 온네죠 니 샤메 다인 클로스 되게 니 리뉴 카 트레이닝 가 탤런트 트레이닝 투 빈조니 장터 트레이닝 어머 빈조니 장부 파스트 타임 오버감타 저희 파스트 타임 오버 장 차르바키 남스메 익도 메람바키 카땅도 장 장수민교라 남스 용기니 남게 차기 방니죠 니 온네 자마키 인트로듀스 알라금 니 온네기 샤마키 룩티바키 잡초라니 엄장 jantar training tur ancha ni training ge tinti jantar lai tu philela ni one omasho jantar te go dawanjo bel sam chok pisen chalomada ni jantar shonang pini ni sem hadni ni parents bagi exibane oga dinwo jantar bat sem bacho to gato to ne umar chalon
Kilo beochin keshilain te nga song khati lenslein te nga transgender woman in la nga na timper chimchi chevite dan ga de nga chi ani hema daina binde ki kidu dan te val pin dan kidu kibe lambite te terinabati ta last year chini de sedo tebedalo marchiregi beitsumi jimitobe the entertainment sector jamchimi the ani de beodaro atsi 무르기 카안좀다 지미자이는데 때 해마가지 대장나 라브되어 진가 좀 트랜스미터에 달라 안좀 기타벨은 좀 라가탄데 그치서 다 같이 좀디 다 로기 랄기 안좀 트랜스미니 라비 리퀘스트네 라가탄미 때 랄기 함바진 왜나 다도 티르미데 때 타마로 붐심이 지벌가지고 함바진도 붐스진 등아치레 디나한테 랭아치레 나한테기 스탑 붐스게야 다 랄기 안숨베 다라 리퀘스트 로 커스터머기 다 리퀘스트니 이세로 랄리가 찬스 이 마시바티 붐스 코라 지마도 미드 상아치르 테버자밀라피 등아치 차카 이노 안숨 이라피 데로 랄기 리퀘스트 지마도 안숨베 데 안숨 길라나야 마츠숨 데 아니숨 다 커스터머스기 섹슈얼 해리스먼트 안숨야 비 딜랄루기디 아니숨 칠로 아니모 아니비모 가데모 안숨베 딜링아치 다얀 아니 데 아니 서포트 비미미 엔커리지 비미 신치 마가 티티 안숨 루게 안숨 라미 라비 안사 딜리 파볼 가주비라 리퀘스트 하만누 안숨베 딜리 찬투 안숨베 난 상나데 다 안숨베 데 코비드-19 테노베데 ngachi 다잉니 소타미다 ngachi 라 체인트나 봄마타 딜란 안숨나 루점지 베비 사비디 디단 안숨야미 디단 안숨미 엔터테인먼미 안숨 트라잉스미 바팅 ngachi 팅콩미 더 라스 수비기슨 라스 숨 비니기라루 시 아니 신 암치민도 데 달라미 안숨 베비 데 라하tammi 신
many friends around me, and even there's an elder who protect me and guide me and gives.
You're always, I mean, you're always outgoing. You have a really good school life as well. Could you share a little bit?
I think I would be among the first public allies of the queer community in Bhutan. It wasn't intentional. It actually began with me doing a long form piece on some queer people in Bhutan. For me, I found it really incredible in a negative way that we did not see queer people around, even though they were around and very much a part of Bhutanese life. And I think it started from a place of empathy and also that it was so unfair that they were not visible. And then I think then I became such a supporter of the community and wanted to further their cause, to give them that equal space in society that is their right. It's not what they deserve. I mean, we don't talk about people like me, and how I deserve a place in society. I mean, all humans deserve a dignified life. And I think everybody in the queer community deserves that too. And I think a lot of my activism is informed by that, that there should be equal rights. And when I talk about equal rights, it doesn't mean protesting on the streets. It's just about a dignified life. Every human deserves it, including people who identify as queer. And this is why I've always pushed for decriminalization of homosexuality in Bhutan. But I did not think it would happen this soon, so never in our wildest dreams as well. I think for most of us who were involved with trying to decriminalize homosexuality, for us, it was quite a monumental moment. And I think a certain generation views it in that way and the younger generation views it in a different way. I think not realizing the kind of challenges that a generation of queer people encountered prior to the decriminalization of homosexuality in Bhutan. And with the decriminalization, what happened? I think what is most visible is how many more queer Bhutanese are now coming out. They feel like there's a safe space to do it. And now this has begun the next wave for the queer community in Bhutan. And I feel like there is so much more good that will happen for the community because of this.
I think decriminalization did have a part in the whole reaction that I got from the general public, but at the same time, like queer visibility was always there. We were always a part of the very conservative culture, and so yeah, I think it did affect a lot of people's reaction to my win as the Miss Universe Bhutan. But at the same time, I feel like it wasn't really a wow kind of factor for me, because like I said, we were always a part of like the community. We were always a part, and then people's reaction. I think there's like pros and cons to all, like every decision that we make. At the same time, me being very public about it did have a part in the general reaction I got. Very negative. I had a lot of negative backlash, but at the same time, the support and the acceptance was more. So I think the whole decriminalization of the same-sex relationship wasn't a huge news, like a big news, like a huge news for me, because but I feel like there's still a lot of things that we can work on.
Decriminalization was a joint effort done by the community as well as most of our allies involved in the process. So for anyone to take single credit for decriminalization, I think it would be wrong to do so, because on our own it would have been a very tedious journey, to be really honest. But because we had a lot of support from our allies and the community ensured that they had visibility, so I think that's why we had decriminalization in the process. And I think it also worked, and I think it also worked in our favor, because we had a lot of enabling environment, including the government itself and a lot of allies who were in the position to make these changes happen. I think post-decriminalization, it has been easier for institutions or community-based organizations like ours to work, because we have now we receive support openly. But I think on a very individual level, things tend to remain same, because it's only the laws which have been repealed or amended. But in reality, the community still do suffer because of other consequences, not just related to the law. So I think just to generalize and say that because of decriminalization our lives have improved, I think it would be wrong to do so. But I will also agree that it has brought about a lot of visibility, especially among young people, young LGBT people, because now I see that they are openly embracing their sexuality, assuming that they have like enabling environment as well. But these are all subjective to individuals and the environment that they grew up in. For us, as an advocacy platform, I think the awareness portion of ours will never stop. So right now we are talking about LGBT issues. Next we move forward to other issues related such as marriage equality, bringing in protective policies for the community. So I think it will be an ongoing process for Queer Voices of Bhutan. We just need continued support, and to be really honest, we have diminishing resources, but we do what we do best with the resources that we have, and we do expect to continue with the work, assuming that it is benefiting the community and our allies.
ID card mail ID card pamla hospital dinuranga mingoma ni ID card number biligina bank to dinuvo o dinuranga real ming the ID card biligina on ande jang namsami tab madu ni shonal ni ruktabaki ni chini ni on the charachuri kini ni discrimination adwan chagi bangni ni oma jang to zaminga ID card chaspen mi hocha oni nongtigi jang titang sonon pini ni o dinu tab madu haram masho ni choleno
ngai thup chong sa gi sa go ti na in is shudo la hande tele kachlang da ngai gi first thing I start ma 24/7 na lebe isila 24/7 na lebe to lo ngachi gi ta pebe chin ngachi ani kauchi be omi gi tisina la tonglen halam chi juila the 24/7 na le chong de be la kachlang da chardo sa chikaro khora khora sago ro mara dula an bendigi ngachi gi mashila tele malebe chumchel ki kar ki to kha choin la tele male chong be tele next na malo choin la tele malebe tatun sago di na hechi su shudola last ti so la be sage se wachin la ngara yentin chimata la an bendigi men dira ngara ngomba dinga gi thupchong be sani gi migil men la ngagi ngara gi migil ngomba dira nga taxi ta be sani gi ila ati chingara mi china jisila je be wole tindila je wole tindi ngagi kachala ta loni de chinga gi tani igui metobela an bendigi ngagi kachibedi bero ngalo namsam kangil yeni digi tato nyamchu bendigi phamda pinche tusu tagope rangi nuchunum dusu kara chungkupe tele ra desa timbulumba be anisum be kanle timbulumba devi kanle house range tegobela tele kati jure ta kachalang ta rangi phauchi kangobe rangi kola chikengobe ani beotolo kachibere la khatula an bendigi tato thupchi chongbe tele anale be chubru masubru ani be tele shule di texta be dinigi noksamra ingis shudola
I think when it comes to the ground realities of after decriminalization, I think we have seen few differences because we have members or people coming to us saying that they want to register with us. So that trend has been seen, which was very difficult. I think decriminalization itself was a process whereby the whole Bhutan was came to know about LGBT plus community in Bhutan. So I think that was the plus point, and I think I would say that decriminalization was a very big step, but the ground realities, if you look at it, still is the same, because there is discrimination prevalent. The mental health issues among the members are not great. I think there are lots of issues which has not been addressed by this decriminalization. But when it comes to investing, I think it has opened up lots of opportunities, especially when it comes to developing partners. They are now more interested and are more open to invest in the LGBT plus movement in the country. I think when we talk about way forward, I think we are already there, incorporating LGBT component in the national gender equality policy has been the biggest step. I think that is the biggest one that we are moving forward. I think that's where we are focused on right now.
For the last time, we met with Rewa in Paru as she invited us for a tea at her place.
Tim Jan ji Jidahara Magunji Omaguni Chunki Tim Mawa Anjoni Jihara Magunji David the Jang Pechanam Malamte Intin Mandigi Jantarango Patayangi Mrs. Joni Dangi Zanicho on Ndiji Omagni Marcelala Jangamitse Rebomse Jang Oma tailoring training ancha ni tailoring ge meram da sa ni charba ki chapchu cha jantar pharma given exhibit cha jantar swimming glan chinja ni jantar mi chiga sho future go cha jantar tailoring open ali rewa cha
ta terna ba chi transgender de se de la mi yu mi ba de la hatam be te ngaya da terna ba ro ashimji chimnalo aluta te chimnalo achre da aluti sulu shigo time disiga chin dile chim achre chadari cha ansumbe charbe be tamang pang ki the dream de chimo sa chin rugi pulu sanam lambe ra independent be khalwe mango be da ngachi ansum chigi ani be chume de chume se ansum chibe dile ra ikaju phamge phashiri dasbe ansum be dini gino sanchi da